Hey guys, what's up? We're starting this video a little bit different, mainly because I forgot to push this button on my camera to start recording. I was going to do a little bit different, but who knows? It may work out even better. So I get to use my equipment that I hardly ever use, so I'm going to be talking about everything not on the motorcycle, so it should be clear. I've already finished that video, editing that part of this video, rather. This is like a 2-day into one video type of thing. I didn't realize it was going to take so much, but hey, I got to justify the cost of the other stuff that I buy, and maybe it'll eventually pay for itself. I don't know. Anyways, let's just jump right into it. So Harley Davidson is back in the news, and they're back in the news with a throwback. Yes, it's called the Harley Davidson Electra Revival. Yeah, revival. So they're reviving an old model, right? There's only going to be 1,500 of those things made, and I actually think I said that in the next part of the video. So I can't give anything and everything away here. I'll give my thoughts at the very end of the video. So let's just jump right into it. The Harley Davidson Electra Revival. Alright, so let's take a look at the 2021 Harley Davidson Electra Revival. Alright, first off, this motorcycle has something that we don't see too often. Matter of fact, I've only seen this in old motorcycles. It's the suspended solo seat. Well, there's something that's of significance to that seat, and that is that there's a shock supporting the solo seat, and it has an adjustable spring-loaded preload. That's actually a pretty cool feature. Now, this motorcycle seat would really support someone at my stature or taller, because this seat offers a 4-inch advantage over the standard Electra Glide. Harley Davidson, like its predecessor, I guess, the 1969, which had a shovel head and I believe a 74 cubic inch motor in it. Well, just like that motorcycle, the paint scheme is really similar. It has a blue, which Harley Davidson calls a hi-fi blue. It has birch white bags and fairing in that birch white line that goes through the tank, as well as a flat black on the bottom of the tank. The paint scheme actually looks pretty cool. It's really retro. And another thing that Harley Davidson really took into account in making this motorcycle look retro, just like the 69, is chrome everywhere. This thing is dripping in chrome, and it has white walls and laced chrome wheels to boot. Harley Davidson also painted the bags and the fairing that birch white. Now, I think that birch white kind of mimics the 69 in the fact that it kind of reminds people that know of the motorcycle of fiberglass. Back in the day, Harley Davidson offered fiberglass bags and a fairing. Of course, now they're standard ABS. One thing that I didn't think Harley Davidson was really going to give this motorcycle was, well, the RDS system for one. What is that? Well, it gives you ABS, link braking, and traction control. Helps you in the cornering and all that good stuff. Oh, and another thing, it has hill hold. If you haven't had a chance to go test ride a Harley Davidson with that particular feature, let me tell you, it's actually pretty cool. I mean, you don't have to grab your brake and when it's engaged, and the motorcycle won't roll back down a hill. It's pretty cool. I mean, some might say it's gimmicky, but I did like it when I tested it. It's not that bad of an idea. Harley Davidson also gives this bike a slipper clutch. Now, unlike its predecessor with the 97 horsepower 74 cubic inch shovel head like I mentioned before, this motorcycle comes with the Milwaukee 8 114 cubic inch. Another thing Harley Davidson kind of surprised me by is they decided they were going to put the Boombox GTS infotainment system. Now, what is that? Those who don't know, it's basically a big touchscreen radio that's in the center of the fairing. It has GPS navigations and media options. Additionally, the system is compatible with Apple CarPlay and Android Auto smartphone software. So 1,500 of these bad boys will be made. They're totally retro and throwback. But will you be dropping $30,000 of your hard-earned money on this, or will you pass?
Hello. What do you guys see? I'm just kidding. So, what do I think about that motorcycle? Since Harley Davidson has pinpointed my generation as the next riding generation. Well, yeah, they have. I'm not in my 40s, all right? So, I'm in the demographic. And my friends that are about 10 years younger than me or so, they're in that demographic. So, what did I do? I went to those friends. I said, hey, bro, what do you think about this Harley Davidson Electra Glide revival? They looked at me plain square in the face and they said, yo, bro, that thing looks old. Like, I don't like it. It looks that old. Yeah, my grandfather probably rode one of those. That looks dumb. I mean, what's up with that stupid looking seat? I mean, this is straight up from them. And, you know, I get it. There's a lot of features on that motorcycle that I don't like either, or there's a lot of styling cues I don't like. I mean, I like classic motorcycles, but I mean, my generation, we were like, I grew up and we're like into performance. I was into performance cars and anything engine related. You know, I've worked on multiple cars and things, and it's just, I like working, with my hands. And performance oriented. My brain somehow is just stuck on performance ever since I could remember. So let's take all that into consideration and let's look at this motorcycle, okay? This motorcycle, it has an air-cooled motor, yes, but it's not a pushrod motor, so that's very, very up-to-date. This thing is not retro at all. It looks futuristic in a sense. It has a stretch tank, big, huge bags. And then I put the stereo system in it. You know, it came with the 2 up front change speakers. I put the bag lids with the 6x9s in there, and so it's bumping, right? So I got the music, the performance, the loud pipes, you know, and it doesn't look like it came from 1969. It looks like it came from 2011. Not to say I don't like Harley Davidson's classic stuff, but in this case, or this scenario, that's just not my flavor. You know what I'm saying? That seat, even though that seat has to be incredibly comfortable. I mean, it's probably insanely comfortable, if not one of the most comfortable seats on the planet. I don't know, I might be giving it too much credit, but I don't care if it was the bee's knees, whatever. I don't care if it's the best seat on the planet and you can ride for days, literally ride for days, which is impossible, right? Without sleeping. That's how good it was. It's still not going on the bike because I just don't like how it looks. I don't care how comfortable it is. There's a fine line between function, the way something functions and the way that it looks, right? Style versus function. So there's a fine line you have to skirt. You know, you could go to one extreme or the other, or you could split it so you can get both, a little bit of both, and you know, have something and good in between. That seat's a no-go for me anyways. I just don't like it. And you know, all the chrome, I like a little bit of chrome. Obviously I have a lot of chrome here, but I have blacked out pieces on the top of my bags, and I have blacked out mirrors, and even my windshield is smoked, right? The chrome pieces that I didn't like, I blacked them out myself. I painted them, right? So that motorcycle is not something that I would be willing to just say, here, take this bike, boom, chunk it at you, and 30 G's, right? So, or whatever, it's 30 G's. 30 grand for that bike. Are you willing to pay 30 grand for that bike? Let me know. I'm thinking Harley Davidson is really marketing those 1,500 to about, let's say 50-year-old and up. For instance, my uncle, 72? I think he's 72. I know he's 70. I was like, oh my gosh. He really doesn't even look that old, but he is down to ride whenever. He rides a Harley Davidson older Softail twin cam, all chromed out, completely chromed out. He got rid of the leather bags because he couldn't lock them, right? So he got hard bags, And I mean, it's a good looking bike. It fits him great, and he just rides. Him and my aunt, they ride all over the place. They ride. I mean, they came from California, moved to Texas. They're still riding. They didn't ride from California to Texas, but they moved here, and they're still riding just as much, if not more. I don't know. It's just not my thing, but that bike would definitely be his thing. He would like it because that's part of his generation. He would remember the 69 version of it and really think he likes, I think he would really like that bike. So that's definitely not my age group. So Harley Davidson is, I think, trying to take that motorcycle and give it to the faithful and loyal customers that they've had for decades and decades, because they're starting to release stuff that's, you know, out of their norm, which is good. They're stepping out of their box. Now, I don't know how far they're going to step out of it, but we'll see. It could be even further, which is good. You know, Harley Davidson's not the best and it's not the worst, but it would really be horrible to see that company go down in flames, and I don't think that's ever going to happen anytime soon anyways. Matter of fact, their stocks are shooting up. I'm still holding on to mine, and I looked at it last week and I was like, whoa, my stocks just went up. I'm going to keep them and see where it goes from there, right? All right, so let's get what you guys think. Would you drop those 30 bones on that motorcycle or not? Drop your comment down below. Like, comment, subscribe, click that bell, chicka chicka. That was weird. And well, see you on the next video. So ride what you ride, keep it Vbeast mode, and ride till the wheels fall off. This has been another random weekday video by your very own Vbeast. Thanks for watching, guys. Please like, comment, and subscribe. Most of all, have a Vbeast day.